Well, hello to you, and we are coming to you with a day two update on the situation at Old Harbour. That's at, you could say, Westerhall Point, St. David, spanning back to, um, you would say, Calivini. I know that a lot of people are interested in seeing how things have changed overnight. I've since received quite a bit of calls with theories as to what this might be, having brief conversation with people who might have some knowledge or understanding as to this phenomenon. Some say that this could be as a result of the sargassum seaweed that accumulated in the same area a couple of days ago. Some are suggesting that there might be more to this than just sargassum seaweed. I checked for an update from the samples that were taken yesterday, and yeah, I think I was a bit too ambitious. There is currently no update yet in terms of what the samples would have revealed. And so I'm sure that today again, you'll have persons who will go there and possibly do some more testing. I would want to believe so. What has changed? Today we are seeing that the creamy looks a little more creamy than it was yesterday. It seems to be lighter than it was yesterday, and soon we will show you what yesterday looked like. In fact, we'll pull that up on our screen right now. So this is what the area looked like yesterday, and today this is what it looks like. All right. What have we noticed from this morning? I'll go there now. So to the right, okay, sorry, smooth sailing. This area seems to be much darker. It seems to be much darker. Yesterday there was a build-up. There was a build-up in this area, possibly sargassum seaweed. So there was sediments there, and I'm guessing that due to the tide, it was not able to move. So it settled there for a bit. So now we are not seeing that. What are we seeing that is different this morning? This area looks a little darker. Based on my untrained eyes, again, disclaimer, there's no scientific conclusion or support to anything that I'm saying. No, just a citizen's perspective. So, right. So in this area, we are seeing a little bit more of that foamy stuff. Than what we saw yesterday. All right. So you will see it is more foamy all the way up. Than when we checked yesterday. So all these areas are much more it's a lot more of the white look, and it ends here. Now that is that area close to the entrance of Fort Judy. I'll just show you. This is in the Fort Judy area. Okay, so here you have the entrance of Fort Judy. There's the supermarket and other businesses in that particular area. So as we go back, we can see more of the white substance. Again, it's very concentrated in this area. There's no evidence that that there's any thing being dumped in that area, as some were suggesting. It's quite a reasonable suggestion that some would have made to check to see if things were being dumped there, but so far we have not seen any evidence of that. This is the mangrove area. You can see some of the trees are fallen there, but quite a bit of that white looking substance that some claim is caused by the gases. These are somewhat gases that are formed by decaying sargassum seaweed. Well, what I can tell you is that there were a lot of theories on the ground that were being explored yesterday. Of course, that will be backed up by whatever the results of the sample would say. But there were a lot of theories, and that was one of them. But there were some things that seem to have been a little inconsistent, because there are other areas. So some are suggesting, well, because of the buildup, you have that happening, but there are other places in Grenada where you have the sargassum buildup happening. So why is it that you're not seeing the same reaction? Well, some have offered the suggestion that this area is very stealth. And because it's so stealth, the weed has nowhere to go. It stays there, it decays. And it's interacting with something that is causing it to look this way. Some have suggested that, I got a call this morning was saying that strong evidence to suggest that this could be as a result of some degree of seismic activity, and that would be a hard sell for some. But there are changes in what we are seeing today versus what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, this could not get past that open area. How do you call it geographically again? That little open area here. Stayed too long from geography, but it couldn't get past that area here because the tide was coming in. But overnight, we see that some of that seeped through into the sea. All right, let's do the comparison again. This is today. This was yesterday. As you can see, yesterday it was much harder for whatever this is to get to that area. But today we are seeing that, and I'm talking about the right of your screen. All right, let's just go right there. So you see there's a clear separation, all right, compared to today, where many of it has seeped through into the sea. Now, I said that earlier. Earlier I said that there were villagers who suggested that this could have been caused by an influx of sargassum that somewhat invaded the area a couple of days ago. And of course, I was able to get a picture for you to show you what that looked like. All right, so this is the same area. Well, of course, not from such a high elevation, but this is one of the residents who sent us this picture of the harbor. It was invaded by the sargassum seaweed that settled there for a couple of days and might have sunk, and they are suggesting that probably based on that now this is what the manifestation is, that you're seeing that white substance after it would have decayed. All right, so I'm just offering you some of the theories that we got from some of our viewers. Well, sorry, from residents. I got that theory from more than one person. There is somebody who said, well, this is quite normal. But everyone else, I probably there was just one person who said this is normal, but everyone else in the area or the villagers, they're like, we never experienced anything like that. Also, they said that it's causing their jewelry to become a little discolored. It is also causing discomfort in the throat and itchy eyes. All right. I am expecting to hear from government officials or from one of the ministries, Ministry of Climate Resilience, or from the Ministry of Health, or so, at least just to explain what they think is happening here, and again, how long is it likely to last? Are there any concerns that that they have about it? How should residents respond to this? Are there any hazards that this can cause? If so, what are those hazards and how we can mitigate against the effects of those hazards? So, I mean, it is not something to sit down and say, well, that happened before, so, you know. I always give the theory of the drowning man, quote unquote. You would see when you see somebody who probably goes out to have a bathe in the sea, and you see them struggle a little bit for a couple seconds, and then they are found dead later, and automatically you will suggest that the person drowned, right? But upon further investigation, you would find that maybe the person had a heart attack. So it's not always when you see things, it is what you might think it is, or what might seem to be obvious might not always be that way. And so that is why it's important to treat things like that with a high degree of seriousness, you know, and do whatever needs to be done in the early stages, just in the event that this might be a hazard, or even if it's not, at least to put the residents' mind at ease, to say, hey, yeah, we know it might smell bad, we know it might be unsightly, but don't worry, we wash away a couple of days, it's nothing to worry about. You know, we just need to know what it is, you know. So hopefully we will, maybe before the day ends. All right. So I just thought that I should come on and give you a little update. Oops, sorry. On what this. What? But this, I don't know, man. This is crazy. Look at this. I mean, when somebody first said that it looks like an oil spill, I'm like, yeah, it looks like that, you know. But doesn't seem to be. Someone say, well, Mikey, go lower. Interestingly, the lower you go, from my vantage point, the lower I go, the more risky it is for the drone. Okay. Based on where I'm located, I do not want to compromise the drone in any way. So, can I give you a wider view of it? It's very windy today. Very windy, much more windy today than it was yesterday. And there I was complaining about the wind yesterday. If we pan to the right, we can see that this is not happening anywhere else. This is not happening anywhere else. See? Oh my. Breathtaking view. Breathtaking. This is Grenada. It's beautiful as ever. As cloudy and as windy as it is today, still you can appreciate the beauty. And as much as this threatens our comfort, still it doesn't take away from the fact that we are such a beautiful island. And soon we will know exactly what is happening here. Soon we will. So that's it for today. Hopefully we will hear from the authorities sometime during the course of the day as to what theory they are able to offer us. I'll have to come back very fast. The battery is dead. In terms of what theory they are able to offer us relating to this. This is as beautiful as the village could ever be. This is closed rock. As you can see, a little cloud cover coming in. So we're going to be taking it down again just to show you what things looked like yesterday as I take the drone down. So you can see yesterday things were a little bit fresher, and today seemed to be a little bit more coarse, that white substance or creamy substance. All right, so that's it for now, and once I'm able to get an official update from the relevant authorities, I'll be back to share that with you, or probably they will publish themselves and I'll be able to share that with you as well. Okay, so take care, have yourselves a good day.